Okay, a friend sent this video. It was over on Facebook, or the Book of Faces. Yes, the Book of Faces. And was asking about my thoughts. And I started to make like individual answers to her thing. And not a good idea. So I quit. All right. She was talking to ex-New Age Christians. Okay, well, I was raised New Age. I was not raised in the church. I did give my heart to Jesus at a very young age, but I didn't really grow in him until adulthood. So I feel like I'm qualified to answer these. First, she talked about crystals. And first, I want to go into, she's talking about how they condemn witches for things that are in the Bible, type of a thing. And first of all, believers need to start understanding what's actually in the Bible, read it before you start condemning other people. And I don't know how she came up with the racism and spiritual gatekeeping. Racism? Okay, I'll get into this. But, okay, crystals. Yes, crystals are in your phone, your watch, your used to be radios. Salt is a crystal. If you wear jewelry, gems are crystals. Crystals are in the Bible. Okay, so on the other hand, I have done a video, which is over on YouTube, about crystals and about how I'm careful with crystals because witches can attach spirits to crystals, so be careful where you're buying them. Crystals are very beneficial. God spoke the word into existence with frequency, and crystals help distribute frequency. They're prisms, So, voila. Okay. Reiki. She compared Reiki to healing and laying on of hands. I'm learning new things here. So, Reiki. The thing is, this is using universal energy and life force and blah, blah, blah. There is a science behind, hugs and healing. Hugs are healing. And, laying on of hands does. Biblically speaking, we're not relying on our own energy to give somebody healing or comfort. We're relying on our Creator to do that in our relationship with Him. All right. So, she mentioned that Jesus said that everything that He could do, we would be able to do. And yes, He did say that, but He did not. He always gave the Father credit. He always gave Creator credit. He did nothing, and he said it over and over and over again that he did nothing without his Father's will. Okay, so we need to realize, because the difference between Christianity, or Bible believers, the Bible in our relationship with our Creator, and witchcraft is manipulation. Witchcraft is manipulation. Witchcraft is like white witchcraft is manipulating things for a perceived good. Dark witchcraft is manipulating things against something. Using what, our Creator's, Him, that's not us manipulating it. That's us relying on His knowledge. Now, some Christians do that. They use the Bible as a spell book, and they use God's gifts and in a witchcraft way. They try to manipulate. That's where you get the toxicity. So if you see a toxic believer, or somebody, I don't even know that they're believers, a toxic Christian, a toxic churchianity or religious person, those people are practicing witchcraft and they don't realize it. Okay, so I hope that explains that. I hope that helps. The next thing she went into was chakras. And the chakras are in the same places as endocrine system, nerves, like lymph nodes, things like that. At the same time, the chakra and the Kabbalistic thing. Here's the Kabbalah thing. Okay. Here's the chakra thing. Okay. Is I don't know if I can do this all in one video. God did speak the world into existence through frequency. He did put our organs in us in a specific way. Okay. Being aware of that is a very good idea, but trying to manipulate it yourself, again, the manipulation, compared to relying on his knowledge. I mean, he's older than us, he's bigger than us, he knows more than us. And so relying on the creator and working on that relationship with him versus trying to manipulate all of this ourselves. Okay. This doesn't mean, the next one we're going to get into is shadow work. Shadow work is just self-reflection, she said. Well, in the Bible, and she says self-reflection is encouraged in the Bible. No, repentance is encouraged in the Bible. In the Bible, we're supposed to be pursuing our relationship with him and repenting and asking him to help cleanse us. Okay, so if in shadow work and the chakra stuff and all this kinds of stuff, you're trying to do it all yourself. So if you're trying to heal yourself, you're going to be running into the toxic positivity. And if I believe enough, I'll be healed. And yeah, a lot of Christians do that. Like I said, a lot of Christians are practicing witchcraft and they don't even realize it. But stop lumping everybody into a box. I don't like being all lumped into the same box with a bunch of other people. You don't like being lumped into a box with a whole bunch of other people. So let's stop. Let's just stop that. Okay? So it's not self-reflection because I'm not good at reflecting on myself. I'll just say, okay? I'm rotten at it. But if I reflect in his light and in his perspective and look at his perspective on what's going on, then I get a much bigger picture. Okay. Okay, she also talked about herbal tinctures, and yes, I've been called a witch because of herbal tinctures, and it says in the Bible that he gave us the herbs. Okay, but it also says in Genesis 6 that the Watchers came down and gave the women things. Okay, and the book of Enoch goes into more detail in that and says that they actually taught the women herbal things to do with herbs. And so there are some things, I mean there are some herbs that are poison. Okay, and some of the witches have been encouraging the use of some of that lately, so be careful. But we need to be careful with that. She also went into the difference between magic and sorcery versus gifts in the Bible. Sorcery in the Bible, in the Greek, is pharmakia. Take that as you will. Pharmakia, okay? Again, Genesis 6 in the book of Enoch, all right? And the gifts in the Bible, there are two different kinds of gifts. There are manifestational gifts, which our Creator can give to anybody at any time for a specific reason. And then there are motivational gifts. And motivational gifts can have a good side and a bad side. They can have a dark side. I have the gift of mercy. And if I am not walking in relationship with my Creator, that gift of mercy turns into enablism. Someone who has the motivational gift of profit, if they're not walking with their Creator, they will be judgmental. Okay, so there is a balance of we need that relationship to keep it balanced. As far as racism is concerned, I think you need to watch out because this comes from the beginning, before there were different races. The only different races there are is the Nephilim and us. Okay?